Our 58 Hometowns visit takes us to Racine County this morning.
That's right. You'll see reports from Wint Point throughout the day right here on CBS 58. Village Administrator and Clerk, Treasurer there, Brian Graziano, is with us live this morning with a preview. Brian, first of all, good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell us what makes Wint Point so special.
Well, I'll tell you, Wint Point is a beautiful lakeside community that has low property taxes, a very diverse housing options. It's a great place for young families, those that are in mid-career, and those recently retired. We're home to, I think, the most stunning lighthouse in all the Great Lakes region, the Wint Point Lighthouse, which I believe you guys are visiting later today. And we have over 65 acres of recreational land. We have Frank Lloyd Wright designed buildings. We're home to Wingspread and the Johnson Foundation, which tackles community issues, and a lot of other large corporate events and retreats. We have a community that's based off of with a lot of people that care about the community, and they're very involved. All the citizens of Wint Point are very involved with everything that's going on. You know, we have Shoe Park Golf Course, which is one of the few golf courses that's right on Lake Michigan. So that's a beautiful nine-hole golf course. And we have a great school in K through 12 with Prairie School, which I think you're visiting later as well. It's just a great place to live. It's a walkable area. It's a bikeable area. And we're actually just a short drive from Milwaukee, just north of Racine. And we're very close to the Chicago suburbs as well.
So, Brian, say you got a friend that's driving through and wants to stop to say hi to you in Wint Point, has like 2 hours to kill. What should they do in Wint Point?
Well, first I'd stop off at Village Green Park, which is our main park right by the Village Administration Building, right on 4 Mile Road. We have pickleball courts, tennis courts, and there's there's playground and open green space for picnics, as well as a pavilion. I'd say I'd stop there first, and then I'd head east towards the lake to the Lighthouse grounds. We have a walking path by the Lighthouse. We have a beach there, and I would get a tour of the Lighthouse. It's one of the most stunning views you'll see in southeastern Wisconsin.
Nice.
Awesome,
You've got some pretty good drone video of the lighthouse. Looks gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
Brian, thank you so much. We look forward so much to being in Wint Point later today.
We look forward to having you.
Wint Point, welcome to the Prairie School. I'm here with the president, the head boss of the school, Nat Coffman, and this is a beautiful space. I saw a glass blowing studio. I saw a robotics lab. I saw a library that would put some colleges to shame. Tell me how you have made this school happen.
Well, it was founded in 1965 by a woman named Imogene Powers Johnson, who wanted to make Wint Point a better place to live, work, and raise a family. And she was very generous, and her family has been very generous, and the community has been supportive. And so little by little, there have been 22 additions to the school over 49 years. And every year we get a little bit bigger and a little bit better.
All right, our photographer, John Jacobs, is going to go over this field house here, which is gorgeous. This is kind of representative of the facilities here, which are, quite honestly, they're top-notch, aren't they, for a school?
It's really an interesting mixture of architecturally significant buildings and state-of-the-art learning opportunities.
And so, this is pre-K through high school.
Yeah,
I mean,
3-year-olds through 18-year-olds. It's a 15-year program, but we add students in 6th grade, and we add students again in 9th grade.
Okay, and this school, you were telling me off camera, takes in parents and students from the Milwaukee area down to Illinois and everywhere.
Yeah, out to Lake Geneva and McGuanago, and a lot of families from here in Wint Point, and we have buses that go up to Franklin and down to Kenosha. It's really a surprisingly regional school and international school. We have families that come to the many businesses of Milwaukee, the international businesses from South America and from Korea and Japan, and a lot of them move to Wint Point so they can be a part of our school.
These buildings designed by a protege of Frank Lloyd Wright?
Right, Charles Monteith.
Okay.
He was the last president of Taliesin.
Okay, yeah, you definitely see the influence, don't
Yeah.
you? And now, for the people that are watching today, there's a chance to preview this school. There's a chance, potentially, to send your kid here.
Yeah, we love welcoming new families to the school. And the first week in November, we're going to have an open house during the school day. And we'd love to have families come down and join us and visit the school and bring your kids and come and see what a world-class school really looks like.
To start that off, you could visit the Prairie Schools page on Facebook.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get that on our website as well. Nat, thank you so much. All right, we're going to explore this school, and we're going to have more at 5 and 10, and we're going to get a look at all of what Wint Point has to offer. Just a beautiful place to be, a hidden gem. We'll have more on that at 5 and 10 on CBS 58 News. For now, though, let's send it back to you.
Our CBS 58 Hometowns tour continues, and today we're in Wint Point. This small village north of Racine was incorporated in 1892, and the Prairie School opened in 1965, providing early childhood through high school education. The village, also home to a 9-hole golf course, Shoop Park, right on the shore of Lake Michigan. But we can't talk about Wint Point without talking about the treasure that is Wint Point Lighthouse.
Yeah, both a treasure and a landmark, as it's listed on the National Register of Historic Places. CBS 58's Bill Walsh is there with more.
Wint Point, aptly named today. Welcome to a blustery day along the shores of Lake Michigan in Wint Point, Wisconsin, in Racine County. It's good Wisconsin weather. I'm joined by Marianne Huser. You are one of the caretakers with your husband here at the Lighthouse. Been doing it for 5 years, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
This is beautiful. You get to work here every day, so to speak.
Yes, it's amazing.
You enjoy it?
We do.
About
we do.
20,000 visitors here every year?
That's what they tell me. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
when was this built, and when did it start into service?
1880 is when it was finished, and I don't know the exact date. I should, but
I read
don't
it
know
on the
exact
sign,
date.
November
Did you?
15th.
Okay.
November 15th.
Okay, all right.
That sounds right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
And it's still in use by the Coast Guard, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's still a functioning lighthouse.
That's amazing. You don't get to control the lights, the Coast Guard does?
Coast Guard takes care of the light.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's a LED light now, but
Yes.
back in the day, how did they work this thing?
It was a Fresnel lens, and the Fresnel lens is on display in the lobby of the lighthouse. In 1964, they took the Fresnel lens down and made it an aero beacon like they had at airports.
Yeah.
And then I think in the in the 90s, they changed it to an LED then.
And the Fresnel lens, that's a lens, it magnifies like what, kerosene lamps?
Yes, it started out with kerosene lamps. The lighthouse keepers used to have to carry kerosene lamps all the way to the top.
Okay, you're glad you don't do that these days.
I'm really glad.
Thank goodness for LED, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness. This reminds me of New England a little bit, but there are lighthouses like these all along the Wisconsin and Michigan shoreline.
Yeah, there are.
What a beautiful spot. 108 feet tall?
108 feet tall, 144 steps.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and Wint Point, surrounded on 3 sides by Lake Michigan, so this is a great spot for a lighthouse.
Right.
Okay. All right, Mary, thank you so much. You're gonna let us go up there.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe not outside because it's too windy, but you're gonna let us go up there.
Yep. We'll see what it's like when we get up there.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. All right, there you heard it. We're gonna go up to the top of the lighthouse, 108 feet tall. Let's send it back to you in the studio.
Well, our CBS 58 Hometowns tour continues every Tuesday and Thursday, and today we explored Wint Point.
Yeah, Bill Walsh reporting from the small lakefront community in Racine County.
Welcome to Wint Point. This is a small community in Racine County, but it is absolutely filled with so much beauty and so much excellence. It's surrounded on 3 sides by Lake Michigan, and I am standing right now at the end of the cantilever. This is the Johnson Foundation at Wingspread. Wingspread, the largest home Frank Lloyd Wright ever built, 14,000 square feet, with one exception. The one bigger
is the one Wright built for himself.
Hello, I'm Marcus White. Welcome to the Johnson Foundation at Wingspread. We're at Wingspread, the 1938 home that was built by Frank Lloyd Wright for H.F. Johnson Jr. There are solutions, large and small, that have come out of here. National Public Radio began here with a conversation. The Johnson Foundation at Wingspread exists to help people find solutions.
My husband and I are the caretakers of the Lighthouse. You see the Fresnel lens and you look at that and you think, how did they get that up there? It weighs, I think, 1,980 pounds. And the answer is piece by piece. In 1964, it changed to an arrow beacon, and now it's an LED light. It is a working lighthouse. We've even climbed up in the winter, you know, when it's cold and snowy. There's a lot of people who absolutely love lighthouses.
We end our hometowns tour of Wint Point almost 108 feet above the ground. There's a little ways to go up here in the lighthouse. I'm fine right here. I don't know about you guys. There are some 20,000 people who visit this lighthouse at Wint Point every year. You should be one of them. And along with the Johnson Foundation at Wingspread, along with the Prairie School, just so much beauty and so much excellence here. It was a wonderful visit, and I hope you take the time to visit yourself. That's a wrap on CBS 58 Hometowns from Wint Point. I'm Bill Walsh.